Hi everybody, this is Terry from Sweet Pea Papers, the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group and the Junk Journal Tutorials and More Facebook group. And I'd like to welcome you today to our crafting with BeeBeeCraft items that I got from my unboxing. Now the unboxing video was 2 weeks ago. Last week we did a crafting video and we used the washi tape on an envelope. This week we're going to do something different. First, let's go over real quick what I did get in the unboxing. I got these die, which is a strip and then also a specimen slide. These die that also look like a film strip, sort of. Okay. This really pretty trim, which you can't really tell because it's not folded up right. These beads, this sticker set, which I'm excited to use these as background stickers, or stamps. These are stamps. They're not stickers, they're stamps. And then this whole bucket of 100 rolls of washi. So, oh, and these beads. Oh, and one more, no, I'm kidding. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to use these die. And in fact, we're going to use specifically the specimen slide die. Now, let me put these back in the bag, back in the BeeBeeCraft bag. This is the last video in this series, so I'll actually get to put this stuff away so that I can use it, depending on what type of project I'm using, of course. I wouldn't use those little pretty little flowers in my steampunk project, even though that might be kind of cool, who knows. Anyway, we're going to use this and make a couple of specimen slides. Now, I'm going to give you this caveat first. I've never done this before. So, having that in mind, then we're going to see how this goes. I've got two different things that we're going to try. I've got 3 pieces of paper because you never know. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a slide with this steampunk paper, okay? And then we're going to, in the specimen slide part, we're going to put this gear. And then I think that'll make a cool little card in our book that we're getting ready to make. We've already made a 4x6 ring-bound journal, steampunk, and we've already made our tall slim folio, which is 5.5 inches wide, including the tab, and 11.25 inches tall. So what we're looking for is something that we can put in the steampunk journal. Now the cream colored one we're gonna not go with right now. We're gonna go with one of these two. Let me put my gear to the side. I've got some more silver ones. I've been using my brushed brass ones in the book, but we're going to try this as an experiment, like I said. And then if it works, I'll use another piece of paper and use one of my darker cogs. And then we will also, yeah. So, lost my train of thought there for a second. I've got my Big Shot just off camera because I don't want to put it on my glass surface. All it does is move it around and messes up the camera angle. So I'm going to put the handle on it. All you have to do is put the die on the paper and make sure the blades are facing the paper. So the blades are these little raised areas, excuse me, and the smooth side is not the blade. So you want to put the blade side, this side, towards the paper. Then take your plates from your Big Shot. Please don't look at mine. Mine are horrible. I need new ones. They're really, really bowed. And lay it down. I'm going to try to do it straight so my pattern is straight. It's going to be upside down on one side because we're going to have to fold it in half. At least that's the plan. And then put your other plate on top and then just run it through your machine. So I'm going to do that now. Oh, and this scrap, the machine will take a a 6x9 sheet of paper. I'm going to run this through here. Oh, all kinds of noises. That's just because I didn't put the die in diagonally. If you put it in diagonally, it doesn't hit that big edge straight on. And so you don't get that big thud, but you're going to get it again. Sorry. I know it jiggles the camera. So, all right. So now we've got this. So we take our top plate off. And then this comes out easily. And then these come out like so. So that worked. That worked perfect. That's exactly the result we wanted from our die. And we got this cool little tag. Cool little tag. Okay, and then we have this left over, and I'm probably going to make a big window card out of it. Yeah, maybe. I'd need two. I should have run two papers through. Anyway, I could have. I could have run both papers through at the same time. I don't know what I was thinking. Would have been easier or quicker. Okay, get this out of the way. All right, so now what you need is to fold this in half. No. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what order I want to do this in. I think I want to put the small piece of acetate, which is the clear plastic, in here first, which is going to be this. Now, the acetate that I use is overhead projector film that you dry erase draw on. And there's my skinny piece. Let me put that back up here. I keep a paper clip on my acetate so that I can keep track of it. Even if it was only just one piece, it would have a paper clip on it. Anyway, it's 0.7 mil thick so that you get the little bit thicker. Now, I'm going to lay this down, and I am going to put it between the dots on this side. We'll put it inside the dots. I'm going to take a Sharpie because that's pretty much what draws permanently on here. You could take a dry erase pen as well. Just don't smudge it. And then make a mark just inside the little hole that matches on this side. And then for your height, you want to mark that as well. I'm going to mark that right about there. And I'm going to cut this out, so I'll be right back. My big giant paper trimmer's over here. So I'm going to cut out the width. I'm going to cut out the length. And it doesn't matter if you leave the little black dot on or not, because this folds up and it's going to cover your piece of acetate. Okay? So then we're going to glue the acetate on here, she says confidently. So to do that, I'm going to put the glue on the acetate so that I can position it versus putting the glue around the window. It's going to be the same thing. Now, if you had a specimen slide that had another hole down here so that you could see through it, you would want something like this that's the same on both sides, or something you can put back to back that are mirror images, because you're going to see it from both sides. Okay? And then you'd have to put acetate on this side, acetate on that side, then some sort of a clear glue, just a little teeny bit, to hold your flower or whatever in place before you fold it in half. So that's how you do that one. This one is easier because you've got the solid background. Now, this is going to be this on the front and the back, And this is a non-directional pattern, so it doesn't matter. There's no front and back. And then this is what's going to be on the inside. So let's put the glue on our acetate. I know you can't see it once I lay it down. But in this case, we'll be able to glue our gear to the paper instead of another piece of acetate, because this is only a one-sided slide. In other words, it's only got one window, not two, which is great for demonstration purposes and for the fact that I've never done it before. Okay, so now we've got our little window in, almost. Okay, ta-da! We want to make sure we don't cover any of the holes, but we want to make sure that we've got it firmly around our little cutout window there. Okay, now we're going to fold it in half, matching up the holes. Seems easy enough. I'm going to take my bone folder to this to make sure it's a nice crisp fold. Okay. You know what I should have done? I should have, no, I should be able to figure that out. A little bit of glue there. I'm going to put some glue on this. What I was going to say is what I should have done is before I put the acetate in, made really, really light little pencil marks where the window is on the backing, because that way we would know where to put the gear. But I'm going to, since it's only one-sided, I'm going to put the glue on the gear. Here I flip it over like it makes any difference. Now this is Fabri-Tac glue. It's an acetone-based glue, not water. And it holds this metal really well, believe it or not. It's not meant for metal. B6000 is really meant for metal. But yeah, that looks pretty good. But oh, and it went through in the acetate, through the hole. Okay. Note to self, don't do that. I'm going to put the glue on the inside of the holes, and I only need to put it on the 3 sides because this 4th side is a fold. I think this is going to work out on our first try, kids. Friends and neighbors. Okay, and the reason it looks off center is because the window is off center. And then we press this down. Look at that. We've got one on our first try. Okay, so let me hold this up. Pretty cool. Pretty cool fact that I can flip it over like that without really touching it. Okay, so that's that one. Let's try one more with a little bit more difficult item, which is going to be this little dried flower weed thing. It's all I have. I'm sorry. Besides that, even if I had pretty flowers, I probably wouldn't use them for a demonstration. Sorry about that. But, okay, this is this on one side and this on the other, so we're going to pay attention to which way we fold it. Okay, so let's do this again. First, we're going to use a little pokey tool and poke through the holes here. Well, actually, it won't matter. The blades are still... blades are still showing. The handle comes off on mine. Normally it shouldn't. But the screw came out right after I got it. I am so sorry about my voice. The screw came out right after I got it. And I don't know where it went. I mean, it was gone when I noticed it. So it wasn't like it fell on the floor and I just couldn't find it. It was literally gone. I don't know where or when it happened. So I actually used Fabri-Tac on it, and it stayed for a long time, like 6 months. And I could probably just do it again. But I found that for storage, where I keep my Big Shot, with the storage, it's easier to take the handle off. So I just leave it off because it stays on when you turn it. Now, I'm not saying take the screw out of yours. I'm just saying it worked out okay for me. Okay, so we got this. Now move this out of the way completely. We've got our specimen slide again. Another little square. Now this time we are going to poke the little pieces of paper out. And use this little pokey tool, and then you'll see, maybe you'll be able to see the little pieces of paper that come out. Maybe not. They're awfully small. But it frees up the holes so that there's no papers in these little teeny holes here. These little teeny holes here. I don't know if you can see the paper. Yeah, you can see the paper in that side. And then there's no paper in this side. So make sure you do that. As you can see, you don't have to do it every single time, but every couple of times. You don't want to get it to where the little hole is so full that the blade can't work and make this, it's kind of hard to see. There we go. And make those little holes right here. Let me hold it for a second, let the camera focus. See the holes in the corners? Okay, sorry about my yellow fingernail. I had a little bit of an argument with my printer ink. And that was a week ago. It's still slightly yellow. A couple of them are actually. No, it's not nicotine or anything like that. I don't smoke. But it is annoying being on my hands being on camera so much and then having yellow fingernails. Very, very embarrassing and annoying. So here's our first one, which I think turned out pretty well. Especially, right? So let's get another piece of acetate. Cut out our smaller piece. Okay, so the height is going to be about here, and the width is going to be about here. Yeah, I was going to say you can make it a little bit wider because you've got farther over that you can glue. Do you know what I mean? But that'll be okay, I think. We're going to glue it on again. Or not it on again. We're going to once again glue the acetate on. We're not gluing the same piece on again, are we? Let's see how well I did this time. I don't know, there's a lot of glue on there. Okay, I think I got it. Yeah, I should have made a little bit bigger piece of acetate. I just barely caught it on the top. Not my ideal slide. Now, if I was going to use that for real, I would redo it because there's some glue right there. But for demonstration purposes, we can continue. So now we're going to fold this, matching up the holes. Matching up the holes. See, that first one always goes better, the one where you go, I've never done this before. Now I've done it, and now the holes don't want to match up. Excuse my sniffly as well. I'm apologizing for everything, but I think they're all related, my voice and the sniffly and everything. It's all allergies. It's only February here in Seattle, but believe it or not, well, our grass stays green all winter. It just turns brown a little bit in the summer. We have about a month of fairly warm temperatures, enough that the sun, you know, with no rain or anything, enough that the sun turns the grass brown. Okay, now let's put our, oh, I guess I wanted to fold this edge. Duh. So now let's open this up and let's put our flower in. Actually, let's do this one that's flatter, because I'm a big chicken. Okay, let's see. Now, this isn't the most attractive thing, but I do like the swirliness of it. I think it's great. Now, I'm going to let these stick out over here for now. Well, maybe I'm not. I was going to say, and I was just going to cut it off even, but we need to put glue. Now, we don't need to glue this in the window necessarily. We could glue it to the back, I guess. Just enough so that it doesn't move around. Because you don't want to put too much glue on there. Yeah, that's not going to be right. We have to remember on this one it's over to the side. Okay, that will work. Yeah. Yes, this one I would definitely redo. So let's put the glue down. This is just to show you how to do something that's not a solid object like that, but the static is holding these little fibers on the acetate. In this particular case, it doesn't really matter. So now we've got our plant smushed in between. Actually, it doesn't look bad. I just love the way the things swirl off of there. Get the glue to glue down, so we don't have little pieces of it flying out everywhere. Now it does have thickness in the center, remember, because this is neither, and neither was this, you know, just another piece of paper, another very thin. You could put a picture, especially on one like this, You could put a piece of ephemera in there. That would work. I don't think I have anything that would fit between the, oh, let me show you this one. Okay, so here's our one with our plant on it. Let me hold it still for a second. Okay, not the most beautiful plant, but a very interesting shape to the plant. And of course, here's the back. It is a vertical pattern, but it's okay that we folded it in half because it's a pattern and not a picture. You want to remember that you're going to fold it in half. So you don't want one that's an entire picture all the way down, because when you fold it in half, then the back is going to be upside down. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Make sure that you use something like a solid color or one of these two, which it doesn't, so that it, excuse me, that it doesn't matter that you fold it in half, because there's no right side up, you know, wrong side up. Okay, so there's our two samples. I think that gives you a pretty good idea on how to use this die. Let me turn it over. How to use this die to make a specimen slide. So I think we're going to go ahead and stop our video here. We're at 30 minutes, and I think that's long enough for our little demonstration. I'm not really sure what else I would show you with this anyway, other than putting a piece of ephemera in there, and all that would entail is, you know, gluing your piece of paper in and then folding it in half. Okay, you still would use the acetate because you want it to look like a slide, like a specimen slide that would have glass in it. All right, well, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day or possibly a week for me.